Friends who work in healthcare across the globe, scientists, students, consultants, leaders, nonprofit organizations. You know how competitive and intense the industry is becoming. Well, we have created just the kind of intense Olympic caliber excitement, learning, and competition that you need in order to move your concepts or products forward across 6 innovation tracks: drugs, devices, diagnostics, medtech, marketing, and medical affairs. So sign up today, click the button below for a unique chance for $5,000 prizes, deep one-on-one networking and mentorship from expert judges, leaders in the industry, investors, venture capital, angel investors, scientists who are going to accelerate your ideas and also help us in the mission of advancing access, continuity, and quality of care. So we'll see you soon. This is your chance to become medical innovation Olympians and healthcare champions. See you soon. All right. Well, with some Olympic introductions and a summary of our event, the 4th Annual Medical Innovation Olympics, I want to welcome everyone who's watching. My name is Tim Mikilashvili. I'm your host, CEO of Amadea Pharma. I'm here with Janelle Hardesty, a medical affairs leader, an expert judge at this event, dating back to its inaugural event. We also have a couple of competitors, both prior competitors as well as current competitors who are on the line. They may be joining. They may be on audio, video. But this session today is designed to be somewhat of a teaser for you to get to know the experience that you can expect at this event, and also the opportunity, the business opportunity, the networking opportunity. So we want to go into a little bit of more details and preview this event. But I'd like to ask Janelle first to introduce herself to everyone. Janelle, great to see you again.
Thank you, Tim. It's great to be here. Yes, I'm Janelle Hardesty. I've been in the pharmaceutical industry now for 17 years. I've been an MSL. I've been an MSL leader. I've been in managed markets. I've done a little bit of everything across the board. I'm thrilled to be an expert judge again. This is my 2nd year being an expert judge, and I'm just excited to be a part of this year's Olympic event. This medical innovation is something that I've just been thrilled to be a part of. It's an exciting event. There's so much competition, but it's more than just a competition. It has so much collegial innovation and partnership and opportunity to share ideas and get feedback. And it's just a unique event that is something that's you don't see anywhere else. And it's just something that I'm thrilled to be a part of. So thank you for having me today, Tim.
Thank you. Absolutely. The feeling's mutual. So Brett Quigley is one of our current competitors who participated in the first session of the Olympic trials. And he's on audio. I want to invite him also to make any comments, introduce himself, not give away the entire product and his submission yet, of course. But Brett, if you're online, please feel free to introduce yourself as well. So he may be, just based on that pause, he may be having a few audio issues there. We also have Pierre Daou, who's one of our winners and I believe a silver medal winner from actually 2 years ago. So he participated again last year as well, I know. So he's going to share his experiences as well. We're going to highlight all of our competitors individually as well. But since I kind of alluded to what you're missing now, if you have heard about this event, the Olympic trials are actually going on right now. This is the second session. We're getting some incredible submissions, from some expert leaders, founders, in drug discovery. for example. Just speeding up drug discovery tenfold from Dr. Ankur Patel, for example, for Regenova. We have a number of others. Biosport, Patrick Kirkwood in the second wave and second Olympic trial session. So there is still time. If you're watching this, if you're in medical affairs, marketing, med tech, drug development, and, from any perspective, okay, devices, diagnostics, med tech, you still have until September 12th to submit your concepts or products. And September 12th at 10 a.m., the expert judges with Janelle and others are going to be voting live. This is a training ground. It's a 5-minute presentation. And so, this is day 3. Today is day 3. We'll be receiving more submissions today. And so we want you to join this this Olympic caliber competition and forum. Now we also have a Hoover app. So the entire event takes place in a community through a mobile phone and web app. Hoover app, you're probably familiar with it if you've attended a lot of scientific conferences. They use it, and there's already some networking going on now. Janelle, I know you've been quite active in the Hoover app already, so that's why don't wait until September 12th. Don't wait until October 6th, which is when the main event begins, the opening ceremony. Do it now. Take advantage of the networking. Message other judges, other competitors, get to know each other. Janelle, so you mentioned a little bit about how this is a little bit different, right, as a competition. A lot of people ask me a lot often, well, it's kind of drawn over 16 days. Why 16 days? I don't know if I can commit this time, right? It's virtual. What do you think is an advantage of having this event over 16 days?
I think the advantage is really the opportunity for the networking that occurs over those 16 days and the amount of feedback that the competitors get during that time frame, because they're able to hear not only from others that are part of the event, but they're able to hear back from the judges, investors. They're able to hear back from all of these different people to learn more and to gain insights about their product or their device or their concept, and really help it grow and make it better over that time frame. And they're able to perfect their presentation so that when it comes to the final presentation period, they've able to really hone in on how to really perfect that presentation. But it's also about improving their concept or their submission. And the networking that goes on during that period of time is just invaluable, because you get to meet so many people that you wouldn't have met otherwise. And I think that's one of the biggest benefits over that time frame, is the networking that you're able to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I am a host. I'm a fan of innovation and also competition as well, but in sportsmanship. But what I can say is, from my own experience, I'm so grateful for just spending the time, dedicating, my time and over the course of these years, because of the kinds of founders I've actually partnered with, whom I met at this event, with whom together now we're delivering solutions to large life science companies across the globe, in Brazil and other companies as well. And so I'm speaking from my own experience as well. And I know there's been many different partnerships that have been formed previously from expert judges and and previous winners or competitors as
Mhm.
well. So yeah, we're speaking from experience. This is something that you need to set aside some time to, and it's also on demand. It's on your own, at your leisure, on your own schedule. You also have chances to win $5,000, which is uh, also an important kind of a tangible prize, but also there's a lot of intangible benefits from, as Janelle, as you mentioned, from the networking, the recognitions, the marketing exposure, right?
Right. Right.
LinkedIn, right? Yeah, and that is very very important in today's day and age,
Yep.
where yeah. So I asked the same question last week. As you know, we have every weekly promotional sessions here to raise the awareness about this event, since we are a group of volunteers who are organizing this event, who are committed to advancing access, quality, and continuity of care through a lot of your courageous submissions. All of you who are watching and who've competed before, who are going to compete this year, um, right? So we, we have we're dedicated to this, to just creating the momentum, and we do this without outside marketing efforts. It's just through our own networks, and so we have a tremendous panel of judges, investors, and so last week, Janelle, Chris Piedmont, our investor as well, whom I had known uh, previously, working for a very novel AI company who's received many awards and who's partnered with Google now, who had penetrated the medical affairs and the pharma industry from a different industry, from life insurance industry, actually. And they're now actually providing some leading, cutting edge solutions. That's where I had met Chris, and that's how he, started to be very involved and became a fan of this event. And he and John Hemming last week, when I asked him about this FAQ, this frequently asked question that I receive about, the length of the event and, what they mentioned is what Chris mentioned specifically was that very often, investors do not get a chance to really understand and understand the character of the founders, or
Mm.
understand really the context of those ideas in a 5-10 minute or kind of a pitch presentation that investors are usually used to, right, in this whirlwind in which we live, where everything moves very fast. And so instead, you know this allows them to have a tool with which they can eliminate potential failures, or maybe mentor the right kinds of founders as a result of it, or simply be more efficient with their time ultimately,
Hmm.
right? Because it needs a little bit of more time investment early, but then downstream they end up saving a lot of time, and maybe even avoiding some errors, just basing their decisions on just impressions or first impressions alone, which is not easy to do in this kind of a life or death type of a life science industry, where that decision is so critical of where a lot of the resources go, right? And so that 16 days provides you with that deeper networking opportunities if you're an investor, also if you're a founder. Now, you don't have to necessarily be a founder. We've had medical affairs competitors from Portugal, from Novartis, Igor Paiva, from Menarini Systems as well. And so, Janelle, maybe I want to ask you to maybe expand, on the kinds of concepts and products that we are receiving now, and maybe open it up to also a different audiences, right? Like audiences that you may be familiar with, such as medical affairs, marketing. So far, we're looking for more. champions that we know are out there in medical affairs and marketing. Maybe if you can spend a little bit of time just with a call to action for them in particular.
Yeah, I think that we really are hoping that we can get some concepts from specifically medical affairs and marketing. I think that there are a lot of great ideas that folks from medical affairs have, Tim, that maybe they're a little bit too hesitant to bring forward. They don't see that they could be competitive in this arena. I know that there are people out there that have ideas that they're holding on to, and this is the perfect forum for them to bring their ideas forward, no matter how small they think they might be. This is a great forum for medical affairs, and it always has been. We've always had concepts from medical affairs brought forth to this forum, and it's a great proving ground for any concepts for medical affairs or marketing. Anything that you're thinking about that you're doing within your own organization, where you're trying to bring something to fruition in your own organization. Maybe it's not working. Maybe you haven't gotten traction in your own organization, but you feel like it's a great concept. Bring it here. This is something that you could get feedback from. You could improve upon it. You might be able to win $5,000 for a concept that you're not getting any traction for right now. And this is a great way for you to get feedback, to get input, to maybe bring it to a higher level. And with all of the people that you can network with, a lot of people from medical affairs are in this organization or in this group. And you could really get some great ideas to help you with your concept. So really, medical affairs and marketing, we're asking you to don't be shy, don't be hesitant, bring your ideas forward and let's hear them, because this is a great way to have those concepts developed. So please submit. Like Tim said earlier, there's a button below. Just don't be shy.
Yep. Yeah, it's also a great opportunity for people to get to know the innovation from medical affairs. Last year's winner, Mark Armstrong, actually came from a medical affairs background, Becton Dickinson, and his winning idea was an AI platform for medical safety, for safety and pharmacovigilance, for example. So we have a strong track record. A lot of people outside of pharma, outside of medical, or even in the healthcare industry, really do not know to this day what medical affairs is or what it does, because it falls kind of between sales and clinical development, but it touches on all aspects of drug development. We provide a lot of context for the value of the products that we have through our education and information that we share with our HCP community and even patients in some cases. So this is a chance for you to also be the spokesperson for medical affairs. You don't have to necessarily even be a founder. Get, of course, approval and permission from your company if you're affiliated with a pharma company. But there's a lot of learning that's taking place here as well. You get to keep 100% intellectual property. You sign a waiver when you register. So there's really, a lot of reasons for you to get involved. Support the spirit of this event to accelerate innovation, and also get your ideas out there. Make your ideas count. So in terms of just the kinds of competition, the kind of competition and the experience, Bart Zoni from Woven Health Collective, vice president of marketing there, This is the second year that this organization is sponsoring this event. He provided a 1-minute video as well in one of our previous sessions here, which I want to share now, which talks about that the experience, that the Olympic experience, and what we mean by competition here.
Yeah. One of the great things is I've had the honor of being a founder a few times. I know how hard that is, and also working in instances where companies have taken those innovations to market and been very successful. And as a founder, there are limited resources out there, and there's competition for resources, but that competition isn't as collegial as what Tim's doing here, where you get to hear how people are presenting and thinking about life sciences, the ways that these innovations are coming along and becoming businesses. And frankly, the connections that I've made over the last 2 years have been very fruitful and interesting, met a lot of really cool people. And as a founder, you need to know people. And this is a great way to make that happen in a forum where everybody's friendly, everybody's positive. You get a lot of great feedback that's going to make you more competitive out there. And that's really what we need. So as a founder, you really got to go for this.
Yeah, and you're getting 8 hours of one-on-one free mentorship as well. Those of you who compete and who are going to win as well. Okay, so these leaders and experts are extremely busy, as you can imagine. So they're dedicating a lot of their time. They're curious about some of the latest, highest quality innovation and most courageous independent thinkers out there. Whether or not you are organized as a company, as I mentioned, we have created that kind of platform. So we have the comment that I'm going to post. Sign up. Our networking has already begun. Already in the Hoover app. And also let us know what questions you have if you watch this. Okay, we want to continue the conversation and want to make sure that we create this strong community year over year. All right.
Can I comment on that?
Yeah,
I think that year over year, these relationships are maintained. I think that's something that I think people need to realize. It's not just a one and done. And you mentioned it earlier, that these relationships are maintained and businesses are formed out of these relationships. And even if you don't form a business out of these relationships, the networking and the friendships are maintained. And I think that's something important for people to understand, because you can gain a mentor, you can gain a network from this competition.
Yeah. And speaking of competition, so how does it work? Once again, we have 2 different sessions of the Olympic trials where you just submit your concepts or products across drugs, devices, diagnostics, medtech, medical affairs, and marketing. You submit them online through a link. Our judges evaluate them over the course of 2 weeks, at the end of which there's a 5-minute presentation and you receive live voting. Top votes get their registrations refunded. And also they determine their placement, and their scores determine the order and the priority of who chooses when they want to present during the main event, which is October 6th through the 21st. I'm going to share the agenda right now again as to preview it. The competitors will introduce themselves only. Okay, during the opening ceremony, they'll interact with each other, with a lot of our speakers who are from Pfizer, from Vertex, from many pharma companies, Highland Software, longevity medicine experts. But you, as a competitor, you have 1 10-minute presentation per week. And you, based on your performance in the Olympic trials, you will choose when you want to present and what you want to present as well. because this is not just a one and done type of a pitch competition where you just present the same information every single time, right? You want to kind of have a strategy of what information you want to share, and how you want to uh, maybe modify it, right, or change it, iterate it. Okay, so at the end of that first week of competition, there will be eliminations, but those people who are eliminated, they're still eligible for, prizes that are very specific to this event, that recognize particular features of your concept or product, right? And you get the advantage of networking with in the Hova app, right? So in the second week, there now when you advance to the second week of the competition, you have another 10-minute presentation opportunity, and the same process follows. At the end of that week on Friday, everyone votes. Now that's when we get to know the semifinalists and finalists as well. Now, in that phase of the competition, it becomes live. It's no longer asynchronous. Okay, because your presentations, your 10-minute presentations during the main event will be live. However, those who cannot attend will be able to have access to the on-demand recording. But once you get to the semifinal stage, it becomes a live stream again, in front of everyone, expert judges, and it's again a 10-minute presentation where competitors can ask each other questions as well. We want to see how competitors react to competition. Their character. We want to get to know their character, their sportsmanship, whether or not they are an expert at another competitor's concept or product. They have the opportunity to ask a challenge, a question, or a comment. Where this ensures that we all learn, from each other as well. We just don't just present data. Expert judges also ask you questions, and they vote in real time. They vote for the first time, and then they vote a second time. So the first time they vote during that semifinal, all the votes are erased or deleted, because you have a chance after you present, after you address all the questions, to see and to have another chance to influence the judge's decision as well. So that's where neuroplasticity comes in, where transparency, Olympic caliber of transparency, comes into play here. That's what makes this format very unique. They're a little bit different from other competitions you may have attended. But we're very proud to keep and to replicate that transparency and that collegial sportsmanship from Olympic from sport. Right? So that's what you have to look forward to. Yes, it's intense, but yes, there's a lot of learning and a lot of competition, and it's done in a completely way. So um, let me share with you the website. Once you click the link in the comment, you'll see this website. All right, and we have all of our speakers listed here. All right, um, here they are. We have keynote speakers that include two Olympians, founders, executive from Pfizer with global experience. I'm not going to go down the list of each one of them. I would like you to take the time to look over the caliber of the experience that's going to be here for the opening ceremony and for 16 days and even there and beyond, as Janelle, as you mentioned. These are some of our competitors. We have 6 leaders right now from the first session of the Olympic trials. And we have many more who are currently submitting their concept of products. Join them, join us. This is the agenda again. All right, here are some of the topics where we're talking about eliminating bias in decision making, driving leadership during uncertain times you're experiencing in the healthcare industry. There's also going to be a lot of fun and celebration of each other's experiences and interest as well, right? In the afternoon, trivia competition with prizes, talking about AI and health system readiness, okay? Mastering medical performance with new tools, new management models, longevity medicine experts from Geneva College of Longevity Science, Dominic Thor. David Barzilai is going to moderate this session. This is a global caliber, group of experience that you're going to have access to. Well, with all innovation, you need to make sure there's access. So we have experts in patient access. And then we'll talk about layering talent across tech and science as well, right? Which is a very important topic where we have Kim Mack and Christina Smith, our executives in HR and talent management, joining. And here is the actual Huva app I'll finish with. This is where the networking has already begun. Okay. And we want to invite you. We want to invite you to experience this together with us. You see, there's a lot of announcements here, community topics that we've posted on every single panel where we're asking questions and comments, sharing articles. And so this is the time for you to set aside, a little bit of, of your resources, as well as just your time at your leisure, to make sure that you maybe reflect on what you do every day, and you bring different perspective to it, okay, into your teams. This is how we're accelerating innovation together. I'm looking forward to all of you joining. Ask us any questions. And Janelle, please let me know if we missed anything, any final comments, and we'll finish.
I think you covered just about everything. I think it's just been already an exciting event getting started, reading through the competitors' concepts that they've submitted. And I'm looking forward to seeing how many more we get submitted and looking through the new concepts that are coming in daily.
Yep, absolutely. So I just received a message here from Brett Quigley, who's founder of Tarka, which was one of our leaders in the first Olympic trials. He was on the move. He was on the move today, and he was listening in. He wasn't able to introduce Tarka, but keep an eye on Tarka, Tarkka, and how they do. We're going to share the social wall. And one thing that I did forget to mention is that this year we're going to have live translation into your languages. Okay, that's going to be available from Amadev Pharma as the live stream for the, for our event takes place. So if you don't speak, if English is not your first language, we have, for example, delegation from Portugal, from Brazil, who are going to be joining, and others as well. So this is a global event, and this is how we're continuing to expand the awareness of our science. That's moving ahead very quickly today.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great, Tim.
Yep, absolutely. So excited about that, and see you next week. And September 12th, 10 a.m. That's when we have our Olympic trials. We'll also start to share the results from the second session as well. Yeah. So.